This will be really interesting for those people who have labor issue problem, and all my capitalist businessmen and friends who are globally international, or the HR directors, or anyone who is facing this labor problem, may it be self-employed small businessmen like me, uh, and those who are Harry Potter fans will also love it, because this is a lesson that I really love from my favorite movie Harry Potter, and this is what I really uh, recall as one of the best management lessons I learned from labor issues. Now, see the difference how it is directly related to labor issues. And the interesting thing is this labor issue lesson that I have learned is relevant across years. You know, even 100 centuries later, this will be the same management mantra that will be applicable. The metaphor here, the example here that I'm using is that of Harry Potter, because I really love this movie and the character, and I'm a diehard fan of Harry Potter. God bless J.K. Rowling and the wonderful creation that he have created for people like me. Recall the first movie of Harry Potter, the first time when Harry Potter was taken to a shop uh, where was about to choose his first magic wand. For any magician, for any wizard, magic wand is the most important thing. So this is through the magic wand. The magic wand is like their wife, their husband, their next best friend, or whatever it is. So the first in the first movie, the first part, when Harry Potter was taken to the shop of magic wand, uh, there was a scene I recall. If you do not have it, just see it. This is going to teach you one very important lesson. Uh, there was a lot of sparkings when Harry Potter was trying to choose his wand, his magic stick, and only one. After two or three miscarriages, after two or three, what happens is a lot of sparkings happen, fire sparkings happen. Only one magic wand Harry Potter was able to save in his hand. The owner of that magic wand shop told the most valuable lesson, which is applicable in labor laws. Now, understand the phenomena. Harry Potter is the owner, the capitalist like me, the businessman like me or you, or the HR director or HR recruiter, whatever it is. And the magic wand is the service provider, the manager, the labor, the employee, or whatever you want to say. Understand the mantra that the owner of that magic wand shop said. The owner of that magic wand shop said the mantra, it is not this, it's not that you decide to choose the stick, it's the magic wand who decides who's my master. Understand, I repeat the crux thing. It is not the owner or Harry Potter who decides what is going to be my magic wand. The magic wand, a competent labor, a competent employee, a competent staff chooses who is my master. The direct derivation, being a magic wand of Harry Potter automatically means you are fighting against the magic wand of Voldemort. So, being a magic wand an employee of Coca-Cola automatically means you are fighting against the lobby of Pepsi. Being in the magic wand of let's say uh, you know a US Army or ISIS Army automatically means you are fighting against the US Army. Being a magic wand of Israel automatically means you are fighting against n number of other countries. Understand this derivation. The problem is we are a capitalist. I'm an infant capitalist. Education, intellectual properties, all this kind of stuff is just my have. It is not the capitalist in today's age chooses who's my labor. A competent labor, a labor who is really competent, who is ready to serve you from the utmost sincerity, from putting in 111% efforts, commitment, consistency. A magic van. Magic, the word magic automatically means the person, the labor is a competent labor. This is what I'm assuming at the back end. A competent labor in today's age who's deep inside have the service attitude, who want to serve you from the utmost sincerity, commitment, and consistency. It is his arena today. Times have changed drastically. Today, we do not need, in the age of internet, we do not need big investment. So today, we as a capitalist, as a owners, as directors, as whatever it is, we need to lower down our expectation, look for a service provider. We need a magic van, a dedicated service provider, far more than a service provider needs us. Remember, it's always a vice versa game. When I hire people, I also had this notion, that I'm paying money, I can get 20 people. The reality is just the opposite. I can definitely get 20 cheap people, but a quality, a magic van, a magic labor, the service labor, competent labor understands his value in competitive marketplace, and being a professional, he knows how to take for his best interest. So in today's arena, it's all different. Me as a service provider knows very clearly that I'm going through competence, self-dependence, competing with myself, and assertivity route. So I'm distinctly clear that I choose my assignments very carefully, because I've got very sore experiences, most of them from the sweet talking sharks or the penny pinchers, and all of them are from, most of them, from any and every level. The good, the bad, the ugly, the affluent, any and every. So I'm quite very clear about what I wanted, how I wanted. So understand, and please remember, I have invested 36 golden years of my life in developing that competence stuff, mental strength in me. And in order to develop the cyclic variations of up and downs of business, I'm systematically hedging and building businesses absolutely in my control, and number of online courses and such kind of passive income, so that my livelihood is easily, comfortably and managed, and affluently managed. So the point again, I'm going to stress you, me as a businessman, as a capitalist, as an infant capitalist, as the owner, even of a solopreneur owner, it's quite clear that it isn't that I think that I'm paying money so I can get 20 labors. The reality is that can be cheap labor, it cannot be a magic van. A magic van, the one who's developing the competence, he knows his stuff, he knows that he has stuff, he knows that in a competitive professional world there are no free lunches, there are only sweet talks, cunning talks. Up till the time you're productive, you are taken in the hand. The second magic van loses his magic, it is thrown out of the system. No one in capitalist business scenario is that big enough to keep a losing magic van. So that applies to me and to everyone. So as a service provider, every labor who is competent, who is putting in his 111%, knows his stuff, and it's the competent labor, the magic labor, the chooses his master. A magic labor chooses his master far more than a capitalist who is ready to shell out money. Me as a service provider, I remember a person who was ready to pay me for videos, obscenely big amount, which was pretty high lollipop. And he was at that time, I just had a strong gut feel that this is a lollipop, why he's paying me so high. Isn't there something fishy about it? That is a standard lollipop which is given in the business scenario in the name of business proposal and whatever it is. And I simply walked out because it was so fishy to me that I was simply not willing to take that risk. And today, I remember it was one of the best decisions of my life to avoid that trap. Understand, uh, I have understood that a magic van. I have developed that capability in me. I've worked hard, and even today, I'm competing with myself and going through the systematic right route to become that magic van, a magic service provider who's paid so affluently. So and my buyers respect me for it, and end up choosing very carefully my assignments. So understand we have two routes. As capitalists, as owners, we need to recall that today, in the age of internet, it's far easier. Someone who's ready to work hard, get out of his comfort zone, is ready to put in efforts and maintain consistency and competence. It is his the labor's arena today. A competent labor, a person who's really ready to put in sincere effort, is very tough to find nowadays, and they are equally street smart enough to know their worth and go to the highest pay master or go to the one where they are most comfortable. Now, so today is the remember the mantra that was taught from the Harry Potter. It is the magic wand who chooses who's my master. It's not the master who chooses the magic wand. Thank you very much.